So hello, everyone. As I was reminded a moment ago, this is the last class of 2022, and we'll be off for the next 2 weeks after that. And then there may be more review that happens when Rita's back. I'm not quite sure about that. So we'll see how that all goes. Let's start by warming up our bodies by doing what we know already, which is actually all of section 1 after last week. So let's do it. And I'll try my best. I'm not very good at it, but I'll try my best to call out just a few tips on the moves as we do it. So let's get into prepare with our feet shoulder width apart. Relaxing our hips, our head very erect, like we're balancing a book on the top. And the rest of our body kind of hanging like we were on a coat hanger from our shoulders. Our neck feeling very long. Our middle fingers sort of at the seams at the side of our pants. Maybe little magnets, as Nancy says, pulling down that middle finger. And then just soften those knees, relax those hips, make sure the end of your spine is pointing straight down, and check in with all of those things. You should feel heavy in the bottom half of you and light in the top half. Your eyes are open and your spirit is high. This is prepare. Opening, we're going to rotate our arms and they're going to float up to shoulder height. Little wave at the top. And then we're going to push down as if we're pushing a ball through water until we get to that point where we know we couldn't really push it any lower and still be pushing. Left ward off. We're going to shift to the left, turn out to the right, all our weight to the right and sit. Close our arms and step left, shift our weight and stroke the tail of a large bird. Grasp the bird's tail, right ward off, shifting to the right, turning to the right. All our weight to the left, grab, pull that left arm, close our arms and step. Small bird on that right arm, stroke its tail. Roll back, arms rotating as you turn to the right, then freeze those arms and shift your weight back, swinging left. Reeling those arms in for press as your upper body turns to the right and expanding out as you shift forward. Opening our arms, coming back over a ball into the position where you can really push up that diagonal. This is push. Single whip, shifting back, hands flatten. Gonna grab, pull with that left hand, turning, throw somebody in the corner, arms circling around, push down at your chest and then up to make a hook. Step, windshield wiper, deflect, and strike as you move forward and turn slightly to the right. Raise hands and step forward, shifting right, turning right. All our weight to the left. Arms come up, circling, stepping one line, two sides as you arms sent at center. White crane spreads its wings, sorry. Rotating our arms and shifting back. Our arms are going to circle. Then we're going to step to the right, to the corner, all of our weight. Right arm up, left arm down. Ball touch. Left brush knee and push. Rotate both arms. Drop that elbow, swing, step. Polish the table and strike. Hand strums the lute. Shifting forward, shake hands. Back, pulling in, heel touch and strum. Shifting back, arms rotate, swing, step, 4 brush knee. Polish the table and strike. Right brush knee, shifting back part way, that left foot's going to go out to that corner, arms at the center, all your weight in the corner, and swing, step, polish the table, and strike. And back onto the left brush knee, coming up halfway, right foot turns out, arms at center, go stand on that right foot, swing, step, polish the table, and strike. Hand strums the lute, stand on that left foot, right foot comes in, coming back, pushing with the ball, heel touch. And one last brush knee, swing, step, polish the table, and strike. Parry, block, and punch. Left arm comes up and left foot goes out, just like we were doing in brush knees. Now both arms circle down. Make a fist halfway. Stepping with your right foot, one line, 2 sides, go stand on the right foot and parry, block, punch. Apparent closing up. Turn a little left. Right arm moves forward and yields. Arms rotate and cross as you turn back to center. You're turning your upper body to the right as you standing ward off with the left hand and arms separate. Coming back to the center and you're ready to push, so push as your weight comes forward. Cross hands. Shifting part way back, get that weight in your left heel. Hands make a triangle, and as your left foot comes to the front, you're chopping right. Oh, your weight to the left. Pivot on that right foot. Back to shoulder width, arms cross, and come up for cross hands in a double ward off. So today is our day. Oh, very nice, Rima. That looks really lovely. You know what I like about what you did? You're not all like this, like a lot of people are. You had nice body shape. And you weren't like this, and you weren't like this. It looked really lovely. So nice job.
Thanks, but we didn't finish. There was one more.
Oh, you're right. So actually, that is the end of first section. But when all you know is first section, we do closing.
Oh.
So we can actually add closing to it. Thank you. So that is the end of first section, and so that's kind of why I stopped there. But here, let's do closing. Let's do closing. So I'm going to actually stand this way, just so, because you rarely get to see it. So here's here's cross hands, our right hand on the outside. Closing. As we rise, our arms separate, kind of like we're holding out a big platter. We put the end caps on. And then our arms come down like they do at the end of opening, like we're pushing down a ball into the water. Then our arms finish, if we were finishing the whole form, our arms would come back. Closing actually ends here, and this is called finish when you come in. So thank you. Keep me honest. Sounds good. All right. So our bodies are a little warmed up, and I have Nancy's music. If we have time at the end, we can put Nancy's music on and do it to her calling, the first section together. I think that would be really lovely, because that's what you do if you ever come to practice, usually on Zoom anyway, as you hear that. So this class is a class to review what we did last week, and then we'll do that, and then whatever you would like to review. So are there any questions you have after just having gone through it, particular parts of the form which you would like, of the first section which you'd like to review? Take a moment to think about that.
It's still right brush knee for me. I wasn't sure what to do with my left hand. There's just
Perfect.
something awkward about it.
Okay. Well, let's work on the 2 moves we did last week, just briefly, and see how they're going. And then we'll do right brush knee. We'll do our brush knees right and left. So we'll do a bunch of them, and that will help. Yeah, because they're very similar. We won't do left brush knee first, though. We'll just do right brush knee and left brush knee and right brush knee and like that. So we'll do that. Sounds good? All right. Let's look at, are we good on apparent closing up? Do people have a sense of what that is, or do you want to review that at all? Because that's a fairly recent move as well. I'm not seeing any push for, that's a maybe, maybe not. Okay, so how about we do it? If you end up with questions, then we'll go back to it and look at it more. But we'll do it to get ourselves into. But let's actually do stuff from a slightly different. No, we're going to do it from this direction to start with. So apparent closing up, we're in a left bow step, and we've punched out from our shoulder, and our after. So when we're ready to do apparent closing up, we are in the position at the end of parry, block, and punch. So feel nice and grounded. Apparent closing up. We're going to turn a little left. Right arm yields, left arm pulls back. The arms rotate as we come back to center and cross, and the right arm opens. Then we shift back. Notice that standing ward off. It's like we just wiped somebody off. We turn, we stay back. We turn square, and our arms rotate and get ready to push. And then we push up the diagonal if we shift our weight forward. Let's actually do that a couple of times to just practice. I think it would be good practice. Easy to do from right here. Just make a fist with your right hand and have your other hand about a fist distance away from the middle forearm. We're going to turn a little left. That left hand flattens as the right hand and shoulder move forward. Then we're going to rotate and open. Then as we turn to the right, we wipe off, get ready to push, push out. And one more time, make that fist. Little turn to the left, yield. Little turn back to square, arms cross, opening at the end, wiping off as we come back, getting ready to push as we turn square and up the diagonal. I just want to do it one more time to call out those turns to really consolidate this. We're going to turn a little left. That's that yielding part. Then we're going to turn back to square. This is just our upper body. We're opening. Then we're really turning to the right with our upper body. Then back to square and pushing out. And one more time on that. Make a fist, turn a little left, turning square, open, wiping off, turning right, weight is back, turning square, ready to push, pushing up the diagonal. Cross hands. We're going to start to shift back, get that weight in our left heel, and our arms make a triangle, our hands. Then we're going to turn, pivoting on that left foot, chop to the right corner. Shift our weight, arms come down, palms are back now, we step in. Crossing our arms at the middle forearm, the right arm is behind. Then it's almost like the right arm could push the left arm up into cross hands. Closing. We're going to gradually stand up as we open our arms as if holding a tray, palms up. Then we put the end caps on. And just like at the beginning of opening, we're pushing down until we can't push anymore. And still have it be a push, still hold that ball. To finish, our hands come to our sides. So let's do those moves from this, from the push with your left foot forward, so that you'll have a different view of it. So we're gonna shift part way back, get that weight in our heel, make that triangle with your hands, then pivoting on that left heel, we're going to turn square with our upper body. Make sure you're not torquing. You don't shift so much weight. You don't shift all your weight. You don't want to torque your right knee. We will not stop here usually. Just want you to see the position. Then shifting our weight back, bringing our arms in and our foot in. That right foot tends to touch right around the time that your arms are just hanging down. Then you put your heel down, right arm is in back. Notice that I never came up. I was always nice. I can see you guys. Yeah, you are always keeping down. Let's do that again. Let's see, from push with your left foot forward. Remember, before when you did push, your right foot was forward. Your left foot is forward in this case. And we'll do it a little faster. Shifting a little bit back, we're gonna go to the corner, rotating that left foot. Pivoting that left foot. Then shift all our weight back, step in, shoulder width, even out our weight, and come up. One more time for cross hands. From push, shifting back, make a triangle, chop to the corner, shift back, bring your other foot in, cross, up, closing, standing up, opening our hands, putting the end caps on, coming down. Finish. Now, in the form, you would, after cross hands, you would go on and do another move. And that would be the beginning of the second part. But many people, and in demonstrations, oftentimes, you just do the first section because, you only have a small amount of time. So, questions?
Yeah, one. Oh, sorry. Maybe we both do. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rima. It's fine. And then Rima can go, and then Lorraine can go. Go ahead, Rima.
I guess it's cross hands. Is there a rotation on the ball of the right foot before you move it back?
Yes. Well done. Let's call that out and let's try that. And again, we'll do it from here so as I think you can see it. So we're going to shift our weight part way back, make that triangle. Don't bring your shoulder up, but there's a little tiny movement of your right elbow. Then you're going to pivot on your left heel. Then right here, you're going to move the weight into the ball of your right foot as you're taking weight off and pivot on it and then come back. Does that make sense?
Okay, so that's interesting. You said to put the weight on the ball of the right foot while we're also rotating on that ball.
Well, I mean, it's not on your whole foot anymore. So when we do Tai Chi, we usually have the weight on our whole foot. So if we move it, if we're going to pivot, we have to move the weight only into one part of our foot. That's what I meant. I didn't mean put all of your weight in the ball of the foot. If you were doing that, you'd be doing something like this, or something. But so that was sort of my bad. But let's see, where are we? So we come like this, and then we're shifting weight to the left. But you could do this, right? But instead you do it on the ball. So there is weight on the ball.
Okay.
It's just not a lot of weight. There's weight on the ball as you turn, but it's coming off until there's nothing left. You're shifting your weight, and as soon as you get it's like on that brush knee where you shift your weight, you're shifting your weight back, but the front foot goes from having weight on the whole foot to only having it on the heel, but there's still root there. There's still something there, right? And then sometimes you then would, you might pick it up, and you'd never do something like that. But in this particular case, you're picking up the front foot. So yeah, let's do that again, and then we'll, just so that we have let's see, we're pushing out. We're going to shift back, so that front foot is going to have the pivot. And then now the ball of the right foot is sort of going to come in and have the pivot. And then we might as well close, right? Practice the closing. Nice. And the one thing I didn't point out, I think, is our gaze. So let's do that. So when we, let's see. When we start, we're pushing out, we're looking forward. As we shift back, we're still we're looking between our hands. Then you follow your right hand to the corner. And then as your right hand and both hands circle down, your gaze comes back to center and it stays center. So I'll call the gaze again from push, shifting back, making a triangle. Gaze follows the right hand to chop. And as soon as the right hand starts to come down, it's coming back to center.
Okay, that's hilarious. My gaze is almost always at the computer, regardless of where my body is.
So this is the problem of learning on Zoom.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the problem of learning on Zoom. And that's why it is good to practice sometimes when you just turn your back and do it when there's no class happening, because otherwise you're like, yeah, you're always like doing your Tai Chi like this or like this.
I'm sure I do. Lorraine had a question too.
So I had somebody in a class and we were doing kicks, right? And the kick looked like this. The kick looked like this. It was a separation kick, I think. And the kick looked like this. You know, and I was like, you need to look where you're kicking. And the person said, oh, but it was because they'd been learning on Zoom and they were always looking that direction. So it is important for us to talk about the gaze in particular. Lorraine, you had a question. You've been very patient.
Yes, could you do the closing facing us so that we can see your arms going up?
Absolutely. And in fact, it doesn't matter, right? Because so the only thing that matters is which arm is in front. So the arms are going to be reversed. Your right arm is on the outside. Okay, your right arm is on the outside. Your right arm is on the outside, Lorraine, the other way. There you go. There you go. Okay. Yeah. Other than that, it will be fine. And then, so we're bent kneed, whatever your bend is. And then we're going to straighten up as we open our arms, like we're having something in a platter, just under, yeah, nice. Then we put these end caps on. This is a move, which is your whole arm, not just your hands. It's your whole arm comes like this. And then what are you? You're in the position to let your upper arms go first, and then your forearms. And the last thing that comes down is your hands. And that's exactly how you do the beginning, the first move, the opening move. And then if you finish, your arms just rotate like they do at the very beginning and come back into prepare, you know, but it's called finish. Okay, so one more time from the front. The right arm is in front. The right arm is, yeah, is away from you. Yes, there you go. And it naturally happens. And we stand, so we're bent, whatever your bend is, then we stand up as we sort of present the platter, and immediately, as soon as we get to our shoulders, we come, yes, nice. And then we come down. And where do you stop? There's a point here. You should feel it. If you really had a ball, if you go way down here, you know you can't push, right? So you go down as far as you can push, right? There's a point where you can't push anymore. It's just like, you know, that point, you can't push anymore. Some people say almost to the bottom. That's the other way to look at it. So there's this little bend in your arm. Did that help, Lorraine?
Yes, and then can you go from apparent close up to the turning so that you end up facing us?
Yes, yes, from here, yes, absolutely. So from apparent closing up, okay. So I'm going to shift a little right. See that extension? And I just keep looking forward the whole time. Here's the cross. At the end, I open. Here's that right turn. Notice that I'm not leaning back. Here's where I squared up and I come forward. I'm just going to do that one more time a little faster. And little turn left, crossing, opening, big turn right, turning back to center, and pushing up the diagonal. Then into cross hands. Start to shift back to center, make this triangle. Chop to the corner, it's my body squares. We'll shift your weight, there's that pivot. Arms cross. And then we finish, just like we did a minute ago. I'll do that one more time for you. And here's a parent closing up. And cross hands.
Thanks, that helped a lot.
Oh, good. You're like me, you like to see it from all the angles. I've been debating in my own head, like writing to Master Yang and saying I would like him to do some of these things so we could see it like we do in class where you face the other way. I know that's not the way it's done, but it would be you could see them side by side. It would be really useful sometimes. There's a couple of videos where that's done. All right, well, we still have 20 minutes left. So if we are good on these for now? I think so. That's what people, so let's do some, let's go through doing the I'm sorry, I can't even say them right now. Brush knees, especially the brushed knee right. So let's just do it from the direction we're used to. So this is at the end of brush knee. So what happens? We're going to start to shift our weight back. And as we do, we're going to get ready to pivot that left heel, and the left hand is going to come up halfway. So you can just do this for a second and feel the weight. You're just like straightening that front leg a little, and you bend the back leg a little bit, just a little. And you've now got the weight of the front leg in the heel. Then as you turn out your left thigh, you turn in, you rotate your left forearm to point to your right middle forearm. Then what's going to happen now is your right forearm is going to shift, and it's almost as if to some people it feels like it comes up a little. I think mostly it just rotates, and you stand in that corner. And then sometimes I like to think of it as my palms pushing down on a piston that's going to push this arm as I turn and I swing and I step. Then I can polish the table and strike. That looks nice, Rima. Let's do it from this side now, because then you'll be able to look a little differently. So this is the end of left brush knee. Here's right brush knee. We'll go through it slow again. Moving that weight into the left heel, and then rotate that left forearm right arm pretty much stays where it is. You're still looking forward. Then we're going to go stand in the corner. You're going to push with your back foot, go stand in the corner, and you're going to rotate this forearm a little bit so that it's now facing that back corner. Sorry, I can't just stand there like that. Then swing, step. Now you're coming forward, polish the table. And as you strike, bend knee, you turn your upper body square and bend the knee. You do that in every brush knee. Nice. And then you're going to do a left brush knee the same way. You're going to come back to the heel. You're going to push back a little bit with that front leg, straightening it. Right arm's coming up halfway. Then your right foot is going to go out to the corner as your right forearm rotates, so you could kind of glance down and read notes on your palm. Now you push with your back foot, stand in the corner, and swing, step, polish the table, and strike. And notice that I bend knee and turn square at the same time. We could do another left brush knee from here. I mean, right brush knee, sorry, right brush knee. We're going to come up halfway and turn out. Our arm comes in, go stand in the corner, swing, step, polish the table, and strike. Left brush knee, come up halfway, that right knee starts to straighten, but then it comes out. Arms are at the center, go stand on that right foot, swing, step, polish the table, and strike, turn the upper body and bend the knee. Back leg straightens. And one more right brush knee, why not? They don't get practiced enough. Coming up, coming in, the left foot's out, go stand in the left corner, swing, step, polish the table, and strike. So how's that?
That was better, but are you recording this? Yes, you are.
Yes, I am. But what's the question, or what's hard, or is it just practice?
It's just awkward because one side got practiced 80 to 90% more than the other, and this side doesn't know what to do. But you just gave really specific instructions, and I think if I work with the video over and over, that part I can get it.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Whenever you're in a left brush knee, you can just choose to immediately do a right brush knee. I know that's not what you're supposed to do. And whenever you're in the right brush knee, then you can do a left brush knee. And if that feels easier, then you can go, oh, well, I mean, what I'm told is that whenever you do something with one side of your body, like I don't know, a 10th or a 20th of the stimulation actually goes to the other part of your body, the part of your brain that would govern that part of your body. So you are able to sort of have a little bit there. But it is hard. It's hard when you're used to doing it on the other side, very much so. So what else in that first section, or do you want to practice the first section and find out what else?
Yes.
Shall we do that? Okay. So let's get ourselves into prepare. Really feel grounded and tall with that lower back, those hips relaxed. Opening. pushing that ball down through the water. Leftward off, shifting left and turning out. Sitting, pushing a button with your right hand, close step. That big bird on your left arm. Then we're going to shift right, turn, all our weight left, close step, coming forward, little bird on that arm. Swinging our arms to the right as they rotate, and then keeping that position as we shift back and swing left. Reeling our arms in and expanding out for press. Push, arms separate, back over a ball, and up the diagonal. Single whip, shifting all the way back, grab, pull, throw to the corner, coming back, make that hook, pivoting on the left foot, then step, strike. Raise hands and step forward, shifting a little weight, turning right, all our weight left, arms circle back, and then front at center, heel touch. Arms rotate, pull down. We're going to do white crane, spreads its wings. Left brush knee, arms rotate and then swing, step, polish the table, and strike. Hand strums the lute, stand on the left foot, right arm gives way, right foot comes in. Coming back on that right foot and heel touch, strum that lute. Another left brush knee, swing step, polish the table, and strike. Right brush knee, here it is, coming up halfway, left foot turns out, arms at center, stand on the left foot, swing step, polish the table, and strike. Right brush knee, halfway up, right foot pivots out, go stand on the right foot, swing step, polish the table, and strike. Hand strums the lute, push forward, shake hands, bring the back foot in, coming back, pushing with the ball, and strum that lute, heel touch. Arms rotate, coming back for another brush knee. Strike. Parry, block, and punch. Just like right brush knee, that halfway up, the pivoting out, but now the arms circle down, make that fist halfway, and you step through one line, two sides, go stand on that right foot, turn on your pole, stepping out and blocking, then punch forward. Apparent closing up. Little turn left, give way, turn back to square, arms cross, then right arm opens, coming back, big turn of the upper body to the right, turning square, ready to push and push up the diagonal. Cross hands, shifting back, make the triangle, then pivot on that left foot, chop, shifting left, feet at shoulder width, arms cross, arms come up. Closing, standing up, arms separate, put on those end caps, and push that ball down through the water. Feel very tall, but very grounded. And finish by putting your arms back at your sides. How are we feeling? Better? Okay. Let's put Nancy's Calling on and just enjoy doing it to Nancy's Calling. And then I'll have to run real quick. You can continue to do closing, okay? But I'll have to run real quick and stop it because she's going to tell us what to do after that. So let me put that on. Tell me if you don't hear it.
Yang Family Tai Chi Traditional Form. Prepare. Opening. Grasping the bird's tail. Ward off. Left. Ward off. Right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Raise hands and step forward. White crane spreads its wings. Left knee brush and push. Hand strums the lute. Left knee brush and push. Right knee brush and push. Left knee brush and push. Hand strums the lute. Left knee brush and push. Step up, parry, block, and punch. Apparent closing up. Cross hands. Embrace the tiger. Return to the mountain.
All we need her to do is just put the little end on that. Maybe I can splice it or something sometime.